pretty much our team, I guess you would say that we're pretty much like on the scientific level. We normally try to go out there and try to capture evidence with our devices that we have, that we use. Just because somebody tells us that, a place is haunted, we're not just going to go in there and just say, oh, it's haunted, it's haunted.
Yeah.
We go in there as skeptics, with an open mind, and to try to see if we can actually capture something before we can actually say, well, you know what, there is some activity in there.
Yeah.
Or, you know what, yes, it is haunted. So far, the investigations that we've done, I'm not going to say that a place is haunted. There is some activities that that we can say that there is activities, but I'm not going to say, but yes, it's haunted.
Yeah, for sure.
Everything's coming out. Like,
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work that way
Yeah.
as much as we would love for it to do.
In other words, you try to be as professional, or you have a professional approach to it whenever you're doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Specifically, what is the scientific aspect of it that you do?
Just pretty much using our instruments that we use out in the trade, as far as the equipment that we have, digital recorders or cameras and stuff. We also use the old method as far as using like dowsing rods. If you know what those are, it's just like wires. Pretty much that's what they are. So we try to use everything from the old school method to the new school method as far as using electronics and stuff like that, to see what we can capture. Now, if we can use both things and they both are doing something out of the ordinary, then we can kind of say, well, you know what, there's something that's going on, because the old school method is working with the new school.
Yeah.
So that's how we kind of look at things as far as going in.
It's a clear sign that there's something going on there.
Yeah.
Now, like for me, that I know nothing about that world or the investigation side of it. You usually think of ghosts or haunted houses, and you think you're gonna walk in there and you're actually gonna see like a ghost or an actual image. It's not always necessarily that, right?
No.
Sometimes it's when you say the word activity, that it has a broad spectrum of things that can happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really different in different locations, and then there's some locations you can be at for hours and you never get anything. A lot of times what you see on TV, of course, you have to remember that TV's edited so that they're giving you as much as they can in that short time frame. Yeah. So a lot of times when we're in locations, we're there for like 6 hours and we get very limited activity. Activity can be anything from noises to voices to digital recording voices, shadow figures, things moving.
Footsteps.
Footsteps. There's a lot of things that can be considered activity. The holy grail of actually ghost hunting is actually full apparitions, which nobody really can substantiate. We haven't been able to really see those yet. But that's what everybody's after, pretty much.